If you've been following the financial and tech world, you've no doubt noticed the increasing influence of cryptocurrencies in the world. Although they provide increased amounts of security and privacy for everyone, cryptocurrencies are more or less important depending on where you are on Earth. In Occidental countries, owning crypto is an option for most people as the financial landscape is less broken than in other countries. If you don't believe me yet, stick around as we'll discuss the importance of crypto and blockchain in developing countries. You'll see that in some countries it's vital to own crypto if you want to remain free to transact with a relatively small amount of issues. Before we start, I want to tell you that we have created a beginner guide on blockchain, giving you all the basic knowledge you need to become crypto savvy, and you can claim it for free in the first link of the description. So let's get started right now. In many developing countries, a significant portion of the population is unbanked or underbanked. And this is a big problem that most people in rich countries can't comprehend, but it's a huge problem. This means that they lack access to the most basic financial services like savings and checking accounts, credit and insurance, which are typically provided by traditional banks. This lack of access causes huge economic growth and personal financial development problems, because it's not only about money, but also everything that goes with it. Like that means you can't even get paid by your company, for example. So it's pretty bad. However, cryptocurrencies are revolutionizing this landscape at a very fast pace in poorer countries. As you might know by now, one of the main features of cryptocurrencies is that they are completely decentralized, which means they operate independently of traditional banking systems, allowing users to store, send, and receive funds digitally without requiring a bank account. Crypto can also be accessed anywhere with an internet connection, which is becoming increasingly widespread even in remote or impoverished areas. For example, in Nigeria, smartphones are becoming increasingly popular and used across the country. With the ease of use of crypto, which you just need to download an app to start using, we've seen impressive amounts of people in Nigeria using crypto. This greatly improves financial inclusion, as people previously excluded from traditional financial services due to a lack of physical infrastructure or high fees can now participate in the digital economy. This has the potential to boost economic activity and provide new opportunities for wealth generation. I personally think that if we give the tools to the people to build themselves up, it will not only make their own situation better, but also the world through entrepreneurship and innovation, especially Nigerians, by the way. Access to technology and financial empowerment is the main difference between someone in the USA and someone in Nigeria, for example. And yes, there's also corruption playing a big part in the well-being of citizens, but I genuinely think that every country is relatively corrupted, even richer countries. Which brings us to our next point. You might know by now that the inflation rates in the world have reached all-time highs in 2022, and they keep getting worse today. And right now, if you are in Europe or the USA, you might think that inflation is indeed pretty crazy, and you might also have seen a direct impact on your wealth level. Well, I'll break the news for you, but the inflation rate in America is not high at all. Last year, in 2022, the USA had an annual inflation rate of 8.3%. It is honestly a kid's inflation rate. It's nothing. Before you go to the comments to insult me, wait a second. In Europe, it's the same. If you've been complaining about the inflation rate, well, sorry to tell you that it's nothing at all. In France and the UK, the annual inflation rate last year was 5.9% for France, which is considered high, and 11.1% in the UK, which is considered very, very high. At the beginning, I said that crypto is cool but optional in rich countries. But in countries experiencing high inflation, crypto can indeed act as a lifeline. This is especially true in nations like Venezuela, which has faced severe hyperinflation, leading to significant devaluation of its national currency, the bolivar. If you think that an inflation rate of 11% is a lot, Venezuela had an annual inflation rate of 200% in 2022. 200! And it's actually not that much anymore, because in 2019 the inflation rate reached 19,000%, and the year before that it reached 65,000%. That's crazy. Now, I'm sure you understand why I say that 11% was ridiculous if we compare it to that. And this crazy inflation rate has proved Bitcoin to be extremely useful sometimes. During these tough times, many Venezuelans turn to cryptocurrencies as a more stable store of value. Although crypto are not immune to volatility, they are often seen as a better option in contrast to rapidly depreciating currency. And despite the inherent volatility of crypto, the decentralized nature of these digital currencies offers a level of stability and security that hyperinflated national currencies cannot provide. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are not regulated by governments or banks, meaning access cannot be restricted and their operation cannot be altered. They are also not subject to the same market fluctuations as fiat currencies. And this creates a sense of trust among users in developing countries where fiat currencies are often seen as unreliable and untrustworthy. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can be more than useful in those countries where you can see all the prices literally double on a daily basis. Lastly, let's look at how cryptocurrencies are fostering entrepreneurship and innovation. The blockchain technology that underpins crypto is a hotbed for innovative ideas. From creating blockchain-based supply chains to developing decentralized finance solutions, there's a wealth of opportunities. And people in developing countries can really take advantage of it because these are the countries where everything is still to be built. And remember, these innovations are not confined to the digital world. Local businesses in developing countries can also benefit by accepting crypto payments, opening up their businesses to a global customer base. Let's say that you're a craftsman in Kenya making beautiful handmade jewelry. Traditionally, you would sell your products in local markets, maybe to tourists, and your reach would be limited. But with the rise of the internet and social media, your potential customer base has grown exponentially. Now, with cryptocurrencies, you can sell your products to anyone, anywhere in the world without having to worry about expensive exchange rates or international banking fees. Instead, you can accept payments in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other cryptocurrency and have complete control over your finances. This not only allows businesses to access a global market, but it also allows consumers in developing countries to purchase goods and services from other countries with ease. It's a two-way street. In addition, blockchain and crypto are also facilitating the rise of decentralized finance, or DeFi for short. DeFi provides a new way for entrepreneurs to access financing without having to rely on traditional banks or venture capitalists. This is especially beneficial in developing countries where access to finance can be a major hurdle for entrepreneurs. You don't have to rely on a bank anymore. All you have to do is get a crypto wallet and boom. Through DeFi platforms, entrepreneurs can raise capital directly from the global community in the form of crypto. And there have been many instances of startups raising hundreds of thousands of dollars through DeFi, and this was simply not possible before, at least not as easily. This not only allows them to bypass traditional financial intermediaries, but it also democratizes access to capital, giving everyone the opportunity to invest in promising startups and innovations. Now, there are of course challenges and risks associated with cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. These include things like scam, regulatory uncertainty, and technical issues. But with proper education and regulation, these risks can be mitigated and the full potential of this technology can be realized. This is why I want to remind you that we created a 22-page ebook that will give you all the basic knowledge you need to finally become crypto savvy. You can claim it for free in the first link of the description. So guys, I don't know what you think, but it's clear that cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology have the potential to revolutionize the economies of developing countries. By promoting financial inclusion, offering a hedge against inflation, and fostering entrepreneurship and innovation, these technologies can empower individuals and communities and contribute to sustainable economic growth. I genuinely believe that these countries can finally find their hedge against the world's giants, and I think this can be done through innovation in blockchain. So whether you are in a developed or developing country, the crypto revolution is not just about digital money. It's about freedom, empowerment, and opportunity. And if you are in this boat, we'll be glad to accompany you along the way. Until next time, take care. Cheers!